What is up, comic fans? Welcome to the Legion of Comics. It is Tuesday, February 17th, 2026, exactly 90 years after the creation of one of the greatest superheroes ever, the first costume superhero. That's right. Talking about the ghost who walks, the Phantom turns 90 today. I hope everybody's having a great day, able to celebrate such a monumentous occasion. We'll be celebrating today because luckily, for me, for you, for everybody, DC Comics has published some Phantom comics over the years. So we'll look at what's coming out this week. We'll look at a little bit of that, give some stuff away. We have the bonus prizes. If we hit the super chat goal, we'll just hang out, talk, and enjoy our Tuesday. Let's go. Hey, check the description of any and all of my videos for some fantastic comic book resources like big time collectibles. We also got Justin Comics. If you need any comic books cleaned, pressed, and submitted to grading, make sure you let him know you found him via the channel here. And as always, the channel membership is live. You can hit that join button, become a channel member, one of the Legionnaires today. It's a great way to support the channel and get a lot of bonuses like the loyalty badges next to your name, the custom emojis. If you join in the Legion tier, you get early access to content like my Phantom 90-year tribute video that's available for Legionnaires right now. And you also get your name on the Legion loot wheel at the end of every month. So be sure to check that out. And as always, remember, ABX Comics and Games is the community's comic shop. They support the community. I support them. They've been around forever. They are the greatest comic shop in all the land. So if you don't have a fantastic comic shop that you are proud to shop at, that you are proud to support, be sure to hit up ABX. You can set up a long distance pool list with them if you're not local, and they'll make sure you never miss out on anything. Like all the fantastic books we'll be looking at today, I'll be picking up from ABX. So let's hit the chat, see who's in here. Let's see what's happening, what's going on. TGIT, thank goodness it's Tuesday. What is going on, Lisa? Glad to see you. Las Cruces, hello from New Mexico. Hello, hello. We got the adventurous one, Joseph Michaels. Let's see. Okay, everyone, let's make it clear here. We are here to enjoy and have fun. If you have rants, keep them simple and clean. If you're going to get too easily triggered, take it elsewhere. Hey, I appreciate that, Joe. You know my rule. I'll have that smoke. I'm happy to have that smoke with any and everybody. I do like the idea of keeping it honest. That's the trick, right? We can argue, we can debate. These are, after all, comic books. They're meant to be fun. We're meant to all that. But let's keep it honest. That's all that counts. All that counts is thoroughness. White Tiger Triple C Ruby G. What is going on, brother? Good to see you in here. Hello, hello. Mystery Unboxing with Wayne, my man. What's going on, Wayne? How's it going? Good to see you. I have comic issues. Bryant, hello, hello. Scotty, good afternoon, good sir. We got Marty kicking us off, as always, with that $2 super chat. It's that time of the week. Hashtag we are Legion. Boom. That's super crypto punch there. Get some new comics last week at my LCL Long Distance Comic Shop. There you go. Awesome. Ronnie Johnson, what is going on, homie? Good to see you. Greatest superhero ever? Sledgehammer? That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, the Phantom is most definitely one of the greatest superheroes ever. And if you're wondering why I could say such a thing, be sure to watch my Phantom tribute video. If you are a channel member in the Legion tier, you have access to it. I released it at exactly 12 midnight last night for channel members, so they had it on the exact moment of the 90th anniversary. I typically do videos on Mondays and Wednesdays, but I'll be releasing this video publicly at 9 p.m. today so that it releases to everybody else also on the actual anniversary day. I love the Phantom. I absolutely love the Phantom. I grew up loving the Phantom thanks to my dad, thanks to Pops. He put me onto the Phantom early. I mean, it's just, he's one of the coolest superheroes ever, but his importance beyond that, if he's not your flavor, the importance of the character cannot be denied. It is just undeniable, not even debatable, one of the most important creations in comic book history, period. And I get into all that, look at 90 years worth of coolness and everything, and just celebrate the character in the video. It's a fun video for me. Can't speak for anybody who watches it. I make content for me. I'm here to have fun. Faith and Misery, what is going on, my man? Good to see you. The one, the only, the legendary Austin LeMay. I never realized Sledgehammer was so old. Yeah. Going to Mexico this Sunday, so may miss the next couple episodes. Oh, nice. Enjoy your trip. I've been to Mexico a couple times. Absolutely love it. Cozumel, Cozumel was super cool. It's kind of like an island off Mexico, I think. But yeah, super cool. Bama Monts. Hello. What is going on? Hope you're having a good day today. Stephen with the C, aka Leafy Substances, aka A1 from day one, dropping the $5 hammer. Happy new DC Day, Legionnaires. Tate, homie, good to see you, my dude. Another A1 from day one. Absolutely love this guy. Tate is a real one, man. I really appreciate you, my dude. Good to see you in here. Joffrey, what is going on? Hello. And there's Pop now. There's Pop now. You know, I talk about it a little bit in the video, but I'm just reflecting a lot. Reflecting right now on this fantastic Tuesday afternoon, doing a little reflection. What's up? You listen with your ears, not with your eyes, right? Whenever I see the wife pop up and just slow-mo and just stop, I'm like, okay, she needs me for something. Let me find a pause point. Got it. Go eat it now. But I thought she needed something. Nope, just listening. But I'm reflecting. And one thing I'm reflecting on is being a kid and going and getting out Pops' VHSs and stuff. And he had these clamshell VHSs of the early 1940s superhero serial stuff. And he had Captain Marvel. He had Captain America that was in a weird all-white clamshell. The rest kind of matched, like the Green Hornet, Captain Marvel, the Phantom. And yeah, I remember that, you know, every kid has this unusual and very unnecessary fear of quicksand. You see quicksand and you think, oh, that would be awful. I better be careful. Despite there really not being quicksand just all over the place. As a kid, I assumed that quicksand was a real life issue that I'm going to have to overcome along the way. I have to be very careful. But my first real exposure to quicksand was from the Phantom serial, where he gets stuck in the quicksand, like the crocodile even goes in it and stuff. But looking back on it, it doesn't seem like that big of an issue. It was a really fun board game back in the day, though. Quicksand, super fun. There's the custom emojis you get access to when you join the channel membership. Now, they don't show up on the StreamYard in the same as they do on the YouTube end, but you get all of them things and more. $5 super chat from my big sister, Lady Fantastic. I was told there would be male strippers here. I don't know if I have male strippers. Let's see how close I can get, though.
More blood. Go get it.
Jason Momoa seems to be a crowd pleaser. So that's the best I got. I'll work on the male stripper thing. Hulk, smash that like button, everybody. Yeah, did everybody get to see the new toys coming during this week's in Toy Fair NYC? I'm liking a lot of the new stuff coming. I've been watching and looking at some of the picture stuff and things. I'll tell you what, I'm super bummed out about all the Mattel stuff that they've announced, the terrible looking figures, that atrocious Batmobile concept. We went from the DC Universe line making collectibles for adults. There's still DC toys for kids everywhere, but our adult line of DC figures for collectibles is gone. We don't have one once Mattel gets here. I'm hoping after a little while they'll get them adjusted and aimed up and everything. But right now it looks like our adult line of collectible DC figures has now been turned into a 7-year-old's brand. It's super unfortunate. Super unfortunate. There's some cool Contra figures I saw, though. This atrocious Lobo, I think 112 figure. I don't want to mislabel that Lobo figure. It's awful. But I haven't seen any impressive ones, really. That's what kind of broke my heart about what I've seen so far. But hopefully I'll see some more stuff. I know Todd McFarlane just bought out QMX, so he'll be doing the DCQ figures. Looks like he's finding some loopholes around not having DC, and he'll still have a DC license. Everyone is entitled to opinion, but there's only one truth. That's very true. Hey, Mark, the goal should be up to 3 out of 5 because Marty put $2 in first, but it did not catch. So far, yeah, keep a count. I see, yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we got 3, Joe. We got 3. Facts, pop. I'm Super Chat Ninja. There you go. Geek Out with Roscoe. What is going on, brother? Yo, if y'all haven't seen, Roscoe has been doing this fantastic bi-weekly show called Drawn to Me, where it's a live drawing interview, really fun format show. But also, if you're watching, you're encouraged to draw from home and send in your art. And they always do these cool little mashup concepts. They did like John Carpenter's The Thing and superheroes in the last one. Check out Roscoe's Instagram to see some wicked cool drawings from that show. And be sure to be on the lookout for the next one. But in quantum physics, the very act of observation skews results. The truth is a matter of quantum entanglement. Yeah, that, what is it, the double blind experiment that they did? where they put the little thing in front of them. When they looked, the particles, it acted differently. It's very, very, very interesting stuff. You know, we're all in the Matrix, Caroline. That's what it's starting to look like. That's what it's really starting to look like. I even like the Phantom 2040, great 90s cartoon, ran for 35 episodes. I think it took off in 1994. Is covered in the video as well. Yep. I'm here to morph into action. What is going on, Steven, with the sleeves? Burke, my man. Phil, good to see you, homie. Spread my mom's ashes at Cozumel, so going to see her. Dude, that's super cool. I mean, obviously not your mom passing, but what a great place to do it at. Great place to be able to go back and visit. That's really, really cool. Peter Gabriel for the win. Leafy Substances sounds good. What is up, Cicadas Sonic? Pop Legion. Yeah. So I've called my pops for a while. So when the kids got here, you know, the kids hear you calling your parents whatever you call your parents. So Finn, attempting to say pops, said pop. So the kids started calling them pop. And then there's this age you get to as a parent where you no longer refer to your mom and dad in the way that you do. You refer to them in the way that your children do. Funny thing is, my mom goes by Jenny. So when my oldest daughter, she's the first grandkid, got here, she's listening to all the adults call her Jenny. So her, when she started talking, started saying G. And now everyone calls her G. All of the other grandkids, me and my wife, we just call her G. Pops will even call me, hey, did you talk to G? Or you talk to your mom, talk to G. Just G, short for Jenny with a J. Quicksand is still scary though, right? Unnecessarily scary. I almost bought a Disney VHS today, something I haven't seen, but there was something sticky on the clamshell, so I figured it could be on the tape inside and just put it back. Oh man, fiddlesticks. Oh, like Artex in the swamp. Yeah, that's another good one. Yeah. And that was the mud that really got him too. So like it's all not safe. Stay away from humid environments. It's the only reason I said that about keeping the rant simple and clean is there are times Finn and Monkey can come out. Dude, that is super fair. Super fair. Yeah. Neither one of them are here for this stream anymore. I know, you know, Monkey used to be my little Vanna White pulling all the mystery cards out of the box for the extended giveaway prizes. But yeah, the show runs without them now. It's unfortunate, but that's life. I honestly thought Quicksand was going to be a bigger threat to me when I got older. Yeah. I think Mattel will have an ace up their sleeve for adult collectors of DC characters, maybe some DC Barb. Jeez. What's going on, Donovan? Yo, Donovan's been picking up some heat lately, some stuff back from CGC. Check out his YouTube page and his Instagram. Some major bangers. What is going on, Matt? We got Heroes for Hire in here. I saw the Street Shark figure, but don't know. Yeah, now that they sent you that looked super good. It almost looked like a statue, didn't it? That was really cool. But it's not something that I would purchase to keep. And thinking about it, if I wanted Street Shark figures, I would go get the vintage ones that came in like the boxes with like the bars around it, like they were breaking out of it. I would get the vintage ones before anything. We'll be getting their line of figures in 2027. Yeah, they were not prepared for the assignment. It's unfortunate. We have 10 more months until 2027, and I feel confident that Mattel will reveal more. I think the NYC show is for big box stores. That's fair. That's fair. I call my Diddy or Diddy Kong. There you go. Drawn to You is this upcoming Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, so come hang out and draw with us. Yeah, do that. Izzy, what is going on, homie? Good to see you. Cozumel is cool, but not as cool as Cancun. I've been to both. There you go. So cry when Artex gets swallowed by the mud. Yeah, that's a rough one. That's, dude, man. The stuff that we grew up on was definitely built to make us feel things, wasn't it? To make us go through the range of emotions. We're gonna have to deal with some stuff and things. I don't think there's been anything made in all three of my kids' era that come close to just the average stuff we were handed as kids. Just a different world we live in. I'm staying in the Playa del Carmen. Love that side of Mexico. There you go. But yeah, different world. It's definitely a different world than it was a month ago. That's for sure. And we're taking a break from that to enjoy a new week of comics. So let's take a look at what's coming out this week. Now I will go ahead and let you know this has been a great hobby to be in. And for the past month, it's been a very challenging hobby to be in. There have been so many good books out there, so many great books. I'll preface that. There's been a lot of good books, but there's been so many great books releasing every single week. DC across the board has been doing so much impressive stuff. That's no mystery at this point. That's not my bias telling you that. I have my biases, but they're based off quality. I like to tell people about quality products. But at this point in time, the entire world is on board. DC is crushing it, all based on the quality of the products. People aren't getting rich off flipping these things. Absolute Batman obviously is a spec crazy book in the market right now, but the rest of them aren't like that. People are still buying them because they're just enjoying them. They're good. Same with the DC KO event. As crazy as it is, it's ridiculously good. It's done right. And because of that, the past handful of months have been very challenging financially. Yeah, you got to make some of the hard decisions. Am I going to get these variant covers? Am I going to have to put them back so I can afford one copy of this other book? How did responsibility kicked in? It gets to the point where, you want to have fun with this hobby, and it's hard to have fun in a hobby like comic books if you're not being responsible, which isn't necessarily hard for me. I'll put something back in a heartbeat, but I can recognize how much cool stuff is out there. And that's a good problem for all of us to have. That is a very good problem for people to have. I mean, obviously, if comics become a real problem, just drop them like a bad habit. There's no need for these things. They're luxury items. And if you're having fun with them, have fun with them. But man, there's been so many of them. And this week we get a little bit of a break, kind of a reprieve, if you will. Super duper small week. I mean, super duper small week. Let me get to the new comics coming out this week. I was looking at what's coming up for Titans in the future. Now, I can't, when I say small week, I can't speak for whatever Marvel's doing. I can't speak for a vast majority of the independents that are releasing. But when it comes to DC and the large amount of indie books that I pick up, it's still a small week. I think I've got like 5 books on the list, but it's kicking off with a massive, massive title here. Absolute Batman, the biggest book in comics today, the biggest book in comics in, man, a while. Man, I can't remember the last time an actual run had this much smoke. Donny Cates' Venom run has to be like the closest thing to it in the past decade. Donny Cates' Venom run, you just had so many people picking it up, reading it, having fun with it, talking about it, blase, blase, blase. But this is just something massive on a whole different level. These books are pre-selling crazy before they even release. Let's see before I get going. Now, Stephen, when you went to Cancun, you made sure I'm sorry, just telling people I'm Gen X whenever I have a perspective on something that makes no sense to them. LOL. That's super fair. Yeah. That's super fair. That's an acceptable answer. Yeah. I miss 2 things we had in toys back then: hard firing missiles and strong magnets. Dude, I remember the magnets, like in the Superpower Superman figure, came with a kryptonite ring that you could put up to his chest and it would push him over. That was a fun one. What's going on, Kev? We got Entropy and Comics in here with us. Let's see. Brother John, good to see you joining us. What is going on? Xenials. Let's see. Toys when I was a kid were metal with sharp edges and some generated sparks that you could start a campfire with. Yeah. You remember like my first chem set comes with uranium. Like what? Yeah, Vertigo's back this week officially. Get those books on a pool list and don't worry about exactly. You don't have to pay secondary market prices if you plan ahead. Superman, Spider-Man, Adam Hughes cover is awesome. We'll take a look at it if it's this week. Garfong, what is going on? Hello. Yeah, too many cool kids swallow the dumb part. Yep. Yo, what would happen if you swallowed a magnet? If you swallow the magnet that's on your kid alone, don't spoil it for fun. I remember like it was a big deal. Kids eating coins. That was like a big thing when I was little. Don't eat those coins. My dad, Pops, was on a field trip with my brother as a chaperone. I think my brother was in 3rd grade, maybe 3rd grade. And some kid on the field trip swallowed a quarter. And I don't remember the outcome or what happened, but I just remember them talking about it after school that day. Like it was the most talked about thing from the field trip, which I feel bad for that kid. I feel bad. Yeah, lawn darts. That was a crazy one, right? Lawn darts. I guess it was a big deal. The kid survived. Maybe it wasn't a quarter. Maybe it was a dime. If you swallow magnets, you become attractive. Exactly. All right, let's take a look at Absolute Batman number 17 is out this week. Pretty much at this point, every issue of Absolute Batman is a big deal for at least a short time span. How long it's a big deal is still yet to be determined. Hopefully it remains a big deal for a long time. Eventually, like all things, it will taper off and go down and then just become just an era in comics when they did something different. But for now, it's the biggest thing happening in comics. And right now, whenever a new issue comes out, the speculators, the secondary market pushers, the flippers, everyone and their cousin is trying to find a reason to inflate the importance of these books, which is fine. Again, if you're just wanting to read the book, you'll just put it on the pull list. You'll get it for cover price plus a discount. And you'll have your copy and you'll read it and you won't care. But because of this inflated importance of this book, it is giving us so many more varieties, so much more options. You can go to all these online retailers if you're really digging the story and you want more versions of the covers, different artists to do some of the characters. You have that option now, which is probably the biggest plus side of something hitting this secondary market traction, is you get some really cool variants and stuff to go with it. But the story itself is kicking off a new arc with a new character being introduced in the Absolute world. We were teased this character a handful of issues ago when Batman had to go inside Arkham, aka Arkham. Poison Ivy featured right there on the cover. First full appearance of Absolute Poison Ivy, Absolute Batman issue 17. Now, we'll remind everybody that pretty much all of his rogues are slowly making an appearance. Bane's been here, Joker's been here, Two-Face, Croc, Penguin, Riddler. They've all been here. And I would say all of the other first appearances haven't been a big deal because they weren't when they came out. This book took a little bit of time to get the traction it has now, but it now has the traction. It's got it. Full traction this book has. Now, those issues, when you go back and look at them, they ain't cover price no more. Like maybe some of the alternate covers and stuff are wildly more affordable, but the A covers seem to be the big boys. They seem to be the ones that last. Now, I can't really speak on the retailer exclusives that automatically start at $30 and up kind of thing. But as far as the important books, 9 times out of 10, it's going to end up being the A cover over a retailer incentive. You'll have your exceptions, of course, but that's just the standard. And because of that standard, today for the giveaway, I chose to pick up an A cover. You know, I normally pick up cool variants, but I pick up an A cover, keeping with the trend of the way that this book is going, that it remains to be the most valuable covers for this series. I grabbed an A cover of Absolute Batman 17 as part of today's giveaway. We also have the Mark Spears trading card variant for some book. I forgot what book it was. Let me think. Yeah, it was some book. Mark Spears has done these really cool trading card variants over the past couple of months. It's Superman Batman's World's Finest number 48, which I got to tell you now was fantastic. We'll touch on that here shortly, but the Crime Syndicate is back, baby. But yeah, we got those two, which are one sweet, flippin' sweet Mark Spears variant, and then the hopefully the most valuable cover for Absolute Batman issue number 17. And because it is the 90th anniversary of who, Kyle? Phantom. That's right. Even she knows. Have a good evening. You closing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. But because it's the 90th anniversary of the Phantom, as part of the extended prizes, you know, we'll throw in 4 extra bonus books. I'll throw in the stickers, the trading cards, the sealed pack, all that. One of the bonus books will be from DC Comics, The Phantom.
Love
What?
your brain. Monster on the Bus.
Why do you love my brain?
Don't forget, because we
Hey.
talked about this when we rendered it.
Hey, I love your brain. Don't make that face.
Don't forget to ask the bus driver if Finn's lunchbox is there.
Yeah, I won't have to. She'll just say, like, she checks her bus. If they leave anything, she'll have it. Like the last time Monkey left her little toy, she had it ready for the next time she saw her.
Yay, okay.
Yeah, I don't even have to remember that one. Love you. But yeah, so part of the bonus, if we hit the super chat goal, will be some Phantom stuff. Celebrating 90 years of excellence for the Ghost Who Walks. Let's get this back up on stage. Yeah, super cool covers. All that and more. Super cool covers. And it looks like Tate dropping the $2 super chat, one step closer to the goal. Let's go. Firing up the chat. Remember, Godzilla also published by DC Comics. DC's been around so long, they've touched almost everything. So all of it's relevant. All of it's relevant. Yep, Ultraman and Owlman are back. LOL. Yeah, and more. And more. I love your brain. Don't make that face. She said it first. Oh, man. Let's see. Make sure I didn't miss anything. All right. So, yeah. Dan, I hope everybody checks this book out. It just throws you right into a new story arc. Really compelling. Absolute Poison Ivy sinks her teeth into Arc M. Pamela Isley has been unleashed from Arc M facility with an unending hate and burning fire for revenge on Gotham City and those who put her in the belly of the beast. When Batman hunts her down, he must survive a labyrinth of leveled horrors, one more gruesome after the next, as he tries to save the city from a monster it created. I gotta tell you guys, it was a really cool format to this one. It was pretty hardcore. You get a little bit of flashback type stuff to it. It's gruesome. While I was reading it, the one thing that I was thinking is, how different is this Poison Ivy going to be? How far can you go, or how creative can you get with the concept of Poison Ivy? In the main universe at this point, they've tied her into the green and everything, which was the smartest thing they possibly could have done. Let's see if that happens in this. Let's see what they do with this. Because when I see Poison Ivy, I think Swamp Thing. Like I think of the possibilities, stuff that we haven't gotten in the Absolute universe yet, stuff that I definitely want to see in there. The Immortal One has entered the chat. The Immortal Biggie Shack. What is going on, homie? Last week's winner for new DC Day. Last week's winner. Did you get your books in, Biggie? They arrive yet? Did they arrive? I forgot what he won, but it was last week's giveaway and the bonus stretch prizes. He got it all. He's been doing pretty good. He got that. He got one, I think, about a month ago. He was part of the first group of AOK folks. Appreciate you, Biggie. He's an OG in this community. Definitely been around the block. JS says, Brooklyn, what is going on, homie? Good to see you in here. We got another $5 super chat from Caroline, aka Lady Fantastic. It ain't greedy. I got to help the needy. There you go. Let's find a good clip for you here. Let's see. Hit her with that wholesome crypto. Love the music in there. Love the music in there. Not yet, maybe later today. Awesome sauce. Cool. Well, Mark puts the screen over the thumbnail. I keep seeing Zealot's forehead instead of Poison Ivy's legs. Oh, yeah. From Wildcats. Wildcats. All right, let's flip back over here. Let's see what else we got coming out this week. All right, Ultimate Spider-Man number 24 pass. Nightwing 135. Yeah, I almost was thinking about picking up Nightwing just because the pool list was so small. I have not kept up with this Dan Waters era, but I am happy to hear people talk about how the quality has stayed up there, because Tom Taylor's run was like held in high regard. So it's really cool that Dan Waters has been able to keep that flow going. But it says Nightwing must leave Bloodhaven stolen children to safety, but the Zanny won't let him go without a fight with Nightwing's prime at his side. All right, cool. Nightwing stuff. For the main reason I can't even finish that solicitation is the main reason I don't pull Nightwing. It really doesn't play into the greater DCU as much as the stuff that I like. You know, I'm the red yarn guy. That's my thing. I like the books that are tied in heavily with the continuity, where you get to connect all the dots. I like the individual stories, sure. The overarching story, the universe's tale, most of all. But this one right here, man, this one, you know, I'm a sucker for the Crime Syndicate. This one might be my read of the week. This one might be the read of the week. Batman, Superman, World's Finest, number 48. Mark Waid, Dan Mora on the covers. He doesn't do the interiors, though. Marcus 2 does the interiors. Dan Mora has been off the interiors for a while, but still thankful to get him on the covers. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Brand new storyline starting after that last one we had with the Return of Fusion and stuff, which is super cool. But Dark Mirror. We're teased with Owlman and Ultraman front and center on the cover. Some cool variants. This one's part of the giveaway for today. And this right here, dude, this is the first time I realized that the Crime Syndicate's back, is when I saw this variant in the at the shop. And I'm like, oh snap. Oh snap. Cover D, Megan Huang. That's unique looking. It looks like if an anime artist was attempting to draw American Western traditional. Interesting. But yeah, not a ton of variants. Not a ton. You got some to choose from. But more importantly, we're starting a new story arc. I say this every time we bring this title up. I have to preface it. This book exists at an unspecific time in the past, in continuity. So one thing that's cool with the DC continuity, DC's been around since 1938. There's no way everybody can have read everything. A lot of people that follow along for a while, they've got a gist of how everything works, where events are at, characters' origins that have been kind of retooled over the years, universe altering events, and how everything fits into place today. Well, if you're a modern reader, DC released the new history of the DC universe 4-issue miniseries explaining DC's history and continuity. This book is almost like an add-on to that at this point and before that came out, because it's explaining canon events in the past. Like there'll be an issue of the first time Bruce Wayne met Clark Kent, or the first time Superman and Batman met Green Lantern, or the story when John Stewart got his ring and how like he didn't feel he was worthy and had to really become like confident in himself to even accept the ring that had already accepted him. There's all kinds of cool stuff like that in the past of firsts happening. And these are all part of the modern continuity. So it's really cool in that sense that you don't have to keep up with and read all these individual titles. You can read this one title and it has all these different characters in it. They do large scale stories. Like they had this whole Amazo war in it. There was like a 4 or 5 issue story arc, and it felt like a straight up event comic, but it required no extra reading. It had 0 tie-ins. It was all self-contained inside this book. It's just fun, man. It's like pure fun and really, really well done. And this is the first time we've gotten the crime syndicate in this book. So things I'm excited about, not trying to do spoilers, things I'm excited about is to see where in the timeline they are. Is this the first time the crime syndicate will be meeting Earth 0 characters? Back in the day, it'd be Earth 1 characters, but current Earth 0 and Earth 3 characters. Crime syndicate exists on Earth 3, where it's like everyone who's good on our Earth is evil over there and vice versa. So I'm excited what characters will be included, who all they will show. They already reveal Ultraman and Owlman on the cover. Soft spoiler, there are more characters than that in it, from the good side and the bad side. These alternate versions of these characters are always fun to interact with. There's crazy cool Easter eggs that only somebody with as much care and love for this industry as Mark Waid could really bring in such a low-key yet meaningful way. If you know your comic history, the more you know of it, the more you'll catch, kind of thing, which I thought was beautiful, really well done. The art is great and the hits are huge. Massive hits in here. Ultraman and Owlman are two of some of the most evil characters that exist in DC Comics, and you believe that by the end of this first issue. I'm not sure how many issues this story arc will go for. This series tends to do like 2-issue story arc layovers between like, I don't know, like 4 to 6 issue story arcs. But I hope that this is a 6-issue story arc at bare minimum. I'm very excited for it. Some awesome stuff here. Even if you've never read a single World's Finest title, you can pick this book up right here at issue 48 and wouldn't be lost at all. Every story arc kind of is its own point in random past. So it's not true linear. It's just random. Every story arc completely stands on its own. Highly suggest picking this one up and giving it a shot. Speaking of Green Lantern, did you see the promo poster for Lanterns? It showed all the different rings. Yeah, they confirmed with us already that we're going to be getting like a Sinestro and Atrocitus and stuff like that. So when I went to the shop today, I met 2 groups of people with some collections that I had to go through and price and offer them and see if they wanted to sell them to the shop, all that stuff. And we ultimately, long story short, we bought the collections, and out of one of the collections, I picked these up. So Green Lantern issue 49, which I have multiples of these. Green Lantern 51, which is the 3rd appearance of Kyle Rayner, 2nd appearance of Kyle Rayner's Green Lantern, 1st cover appearance of Kyle Rayner. And issue number 50, the Death of Sinestro, Death of Kilowog, 1st appearance of Parallax, glow in the dark cover. And so those 3 books will be going in the Legion loot for the channel members in the Legion tier for when the TV show gets here. Of course, I try to theme out giveaways and stuff. So I'm always picking up stuff, thinking about it, keeping up with the trends. So if you're a Green Lantern fan, just know that I am too, and I'm thinking about us when it comes time for that TV show to get here. But yeah, new Deadpool was great art and looks fun. Have not seen it. Well, that was Wanted University thingy with the bad winning, etc. That was a Wanted University. Missed it. Variants from the last Deadpool run event. Okay. What's up, ever? What is going on? 34 Easy. Good to see you in here. I don't know what's happening there. Any news of when the new trade for the new history of the DC universe is coming out? I'm not sure when the trade is coming out, but later this month, issue 5 is coming out. So there's been 4 issues, but issue 5 was unannounced until after those 4 came out. Issue 5 is called The New History of the DC Universe, The Dakota Incident, and it's going to give us the specifics on folding in the milestone characters into DC main canon. So Static, Icon, Hardware, Rocket, Blood Syndicate, all those characters were in Dakota in the Milestone comics under DC's imprint. And they've had times when they were in continuity, but they're in continuity again, as shown in those 4 issues of the New History of the DC Universe, issues 1 and 4. But now they're showing you specifically how they got there. They made the big reveal and return of Static in the DC KO Kids Are All Fight one-shot. So be on the lookout for that one-shot. They might have been waiting on this 5th installment to come out before they look at collecting it all. I'm not sure, but I would recommend that to anybody, whether you're a new reader, old reader, either or. Fantastic resource. I'm in sudden death overtime. I don't know crap about Green Lantern. Is this green the type of kryptonite? Like how could the Green Lantern match up versus Superman? Green is the color of willpower, like light frequencies kind of thing. Every force has its own color frequency. Fear is yellow, willpower is green, love is the pink or whatever color, violet, whatever. So the ring spectrum introduces a mastery over a certain emotion. It's the emotional light spectrum. So Green Lantern could not stand up to Superman, bottom line. If we're just being honest, like you'd have to have like some kind of alpha parallax level Green Lantern just unhinged to the max to like in a how's this tape play out kind of scenario. But otherwise, I mean, if they're just kind of in like a just a spat, yeah, he could hang in there for a little bit. He could hang in for a little bit. Oh yeah, Wanted, Mark Miller. I just put my 4K movie up on the shelf right before this stream. I love that movie. Love the book even more. The movie is goated for me because I watched it long before I did my whole purchase and run through the entire Miller World library. But the book, it had been so long between the movie coming out when I read the book that the book just kind of stood on its own. And the version of the fraternity in the comic is so much more dastardly than what we got in the Wanted movie, being that they were all super villains versus just people like they were in the movie. And the comic Wanted influences so much that comes after in the modern Miller world with Big Game and Nemesis and all that. It just added so much more meaning in the modern stuff. Brian LCS, what is going on, homie? Good to see you. The Red Lanterns is Rage. Exactly. Yep. All-Star Batman was a great explanation of the yellow. Dude, All-Star Batman and Robin is hilarious. I think about that from time to time. I'm the GD Batman. Like, bro, this kid's parents just died. Now you're scaring the crap out of him. Like, chill, dude. Jim Lee, Frank Miller. But yeah, All-Star Batman was a different one. That's John Romita Jr., I think, did that really cool cover for issue 1 where he's holding like the bat crowbar looking thing. Oh yeah, All-Star Soups you would love. You would actually, anyone should love that. All right, let's see. Green is will. Mastery over willpower. Let's see what else we got. It's good to drag these out because there's not a lot of books. New ASM, new X-Men, new Captain America, new X-Men. We get one KO tie-in this week, and that's Titans. Now, with the Kids Are All Fight one shot they did, that felt like the culmination of the events happening in the Titans book. The Titans were tasked with evacuating Earth during the DC KO event. All the heroes and villains that did not partake in the tournament had tasks. Basically, the Titans were tasked with evacuating the Earth. Originally, it was just watching over things while we're away, but then things went to crap really fast when Earth immediately started being terraformed to become the new apocalypse. Granny goodness came, blah, 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 blah. So now this, I guess this is the finale to that, even though we just got what felt like the finale to that in the Kids Are All Fight. I have not read this. I haven't been reading the Titan stuff. I've just been like flipping through and see what's up with it. I think that this is kind of like an end of an era with this book. Together for the last time. This is issue 32. So this will be our last KO tie-in for Titans. After this, we'll be entering whatever happens after KO with these characters. Most importantly, it'll be a new team of Titans. That doesn't mean Nightwing won't be there, Starfire won't be there, Roy Harper won't be there. They're typically always there in some capacity, in or out at the very least. Even in Academy, they were the teachers. But we're getting this new era of Titans. Most notably, John Kent is joining the Titans. After DCKO, it's been announced that we're going to get a reign of Superboy era. It's an homage to the post Death of Superman era with the reign of Supermen. We're getting the reign of Superboys. Superboy Prime, the coolest one of them, will be front running in the Superman proper book. John Kent will be in Titans. Action Comics already is a young Kal-El book. So I'm very excited to see what happens with Titans after this. I'll be picking it up for the first few issues. This run was started by Tom Taylor, and he really just crapped the bed with it. So I didn't jump back on it after he left. But him and Nicola Scott's art was phenomenal for the first 6 issues, but then Nicola Scott was off of it. So there just wasn't a lot of meat on the bone for me to really want to hang in there. But I am excited for what's coming next after KO across the board. So I'll definitely be checking out Titans after this and seeing what's going on storyline-wise with the characters. And most importantly, John Kent. I really like John Kent in the past few years. It's like they don't know where to put him, what to do with him. There's been moments like in Superman Unlimited with Dan Slott and his infinite lack of wisdom did this issue where they're just wrote a whole book of sidelining John in Smallville, making him be a junior reporter at a Smallville version of the Daily Planet under his mom. It looked like a reason to sideline him and do nothing with him. He pops up in the Valentine's Day special in a meaningless story. You had the Secret Six that they did, which was almost like a way to that book seemed like it served a purpose. While it wasn't written well, Nicole Maines wrote it. I don't want to say it was bad, but Nicole Maines isn't like a full-time writer or nothing. It was kind of more of like you're an actress, so we'll give you a project. But it did serve the purpose of like kind of ultimately settling the stuff with Jay, Dreamer, and John from the events of Absolute Power and the divide between them. And we got to see Dreamer just deck Jay Nakayama, which that was a dream come true right there. Jay is just such a trash character, written to be emotional and irrational and just harmful to all the characters you like, but it's not a villain. You know what I mean? Like, this character makes no sense at that point. It has to be a villain if these are the attributes and characteristics to that character. But now, after all that, maybe bring Jay back in a year or two as a major villain for John. Who knows? But he also knows John's identity. So that might not work. James Willie, what is going on, homie? Yeah, there it is. Willpower, yep. Let's see. Why did I all of a sudden think of Barbara Walters as a real world granny goodness? Hey, I can see it. Let's give her some cool Jack Kirby armor. Ryan Riley, what is going on? Good to see you guys in here. Yeah, that's what's up with Titans. That's what's going on with Titans. New Fantastic Four out. Hey, Wonder Woman number 30 is out. This was a 2-issue layover. A lot of times after you get a proper story arc, like I mentioned what they did with Absolute Batman, they do the same thing with Wonder Woman. You get a pretty decent length story arc, and then they'll have like an issue or 2 issues where you'll have like a different artist step in. I don't think we've had a different writer step in, but we do in the last issue. Stephanie Williams is writing the last issue and this one. And it's just kind of like a Donna coming back to Paradise Island and handing little Trinity off while she goes and rests, and some just malarkey ensues. And it looks like it's possibly like it's definitely a throwaway story, but they've seeded it with very meaningful foreshadowing of the War of the Wonder Women that's coming to the Themyscira. So that's important information that's in it. The rest of it is kind of just like, hey, here's all the other Wonder Women. They're being influenced by this evil entity to kind of like their worst qualities come out, and they're fighting with each other over who is going to watch over Trinity while Wonder Woman rests. And this is just the second half of that. But what comes next? That's what's important. Overall, this Wonder Woman series has been phenomenal. It's been super good. Kirby said he modeled Granny Goodness after Phyllis Diller. I'm not sure who that is off the top of my head. I'd have to look it up. War of the Wonder Woman. I can see that at a shopping mall. It can happen. Got to be careful out there. With Wonder Woman on the mend, the Amazons had taken charge of her child and future heir to the throne at the Mascara. But when conflict breaks over Trinity's future, Queen Nubia struggles to keep the peace. Who or what could be showing the seeds of discord? Find out in the thrilling finale of this two-part tale. So yeah, it's a fill-in story arc, just so our mains can take their break. That's typically how it goes. But it's a good fill-in story arc. Stephanie Williams, not familiar with Stephanie Williams, but well done. Well done. Read both issues. Well done. Understands the characters, delivered a good story, and the setup for what's to come makes it, again, a fill-in story, but meaningful at the same time. Guys, I threw in the towel. Out this week, Superman Unlimited number 10, The Prankster, triumphant. I finally threw in the towel. Off the pool list, out my mind, not a care in the world. Simply one of the worst books on shelves. I'm a Superman stan. I'm highly biased. I'm primed to love these things, and I cannot read another issue of this. It's said that the sun is always shining on the city of Metropolis, but lately a shadow has fallen. This shadow has a name, and it's on the lips of the terrified citizens of the city of tomorrow tonight. It's the horrible new form of the prankster. The all-new mysterious prankster was the deadliest assassin in the DC universe, someone with a perfect record of kills, until Superman saved one of his victims, and that makes the Man of Tomorrow his next target. Don't care, couldn't care less. Why does this book exist? This book was such a honeypot. This book lied to me. They solicited this as the most important Superman book coming. They gave us a number one. They released it during the summer of Superman, timed it out well with the movie and all the hype around it. They made a big deal about bringing Dan Slott over, but anybody that knows was not excited about that. Like, don't do that. Let's not do that. Why are we doing that? That's not a good idea. And sure enough, the book's trash. I know that some people might enjoy this, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not, like what you like. I like plenty of bad stuff too. I pull bad titles as well that I'm just biased toward, whatever that I'll get, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. Incredible Hulk's not always good. Ghost Rider's definitely not always good. Punisher definitely is not always good. There's a handful of DC books that I like. I tell y'all from time to time, I enjoy this book, but I can't recommend it, kind of thing. I say that to y'all often with stuff for various reasons. But this book just sucks. It's supposed to be some kind of like important book that ties into continuity and X, Y, Z. It's none of those things. And then on top of that, it's just so boring and inconsistent and meaningless. If you are into the DC universe, this book holds no value. If you're more of a general shopper that's just going into a store, just like, I'm curious, I want to try some stuff out, this might be a pretty decent recommend then. It's not bogged down by continuity. It seemingly is tied to nothing. And it just kind of tells random stories, completely random, absolutely random, the most random. So I guess like judge it based on that, where you stand as a collector, as a reader. If you're in the trenches of the DC universe continuity, this book is just a burden. This book is just a $5 bill they're trying to steal from you. Yeah, that's another thing. They're charging $5 for the A cover on it. Like you're soliciting it as this prestigious, important thing, the new Superman book, and charging $5 for the A cover. That's crazy. Like, I get a card stock variant might need an extra dollar price tag bump, but the A cover? Come on. 2014-2020 Marvel called they want their writer back. Yeah. Seems redundant to have an absolute soups along with an unlimited soups. And that's the point, right? Absolute Superman at least exists on this other world with this in continuity. Like, absolute universe is its own world, and it still has main continuity reason behind it, logic behind it, and influence behind it going both ways. It's still built into, it's part of the multiverse. The World's Finest title is explaining events in the past. What does this book do? What does this book do? Anybody, somebody, anybody but a dead body, somebody, tell me, what purpose does this book serve? Because they told us it serves a purpose. You know, we have this Superman that got hit by this kryptonite meteor, and now when he can turn on this Super Saiyan Dragon Ball Z mode and turn fully gold and have his powers at max for a minute and 27 seconds. And then when he turns it off, he's got to recharge. And they even showed us that in the new history of the DC universe. Like that is somehow important to canon Superman, but he's done it nowhere but in this book twice in the earlier issues. So you're trying to convince us we need to pull this book. We need to be reading this book, but nothing in your stories is justifying it. Nothing about the price tag is justifying it. It doesn't make sense. No Limit with Master P. I can think of one thing Phyllis Diller was consistently in, but she was everywhere in the 70s. She was on the Match Game and Going Show for sure. Oh, there you go. We got a $2 super chat from Garfong. They are not all bangers sometimes. In the words of the immortal one, Biggie Shack, this one is definitely not a banger. Let's see what else we got in here. Boom. So Michael Keaton Batman doing what Michael Keaton Batman do. That had to be like the greatest takeaway from the Flash movie, right? Getting to see Michael Keaton Batman move and groove in a way that he's never gotten to before. It's supposed to lighten your wallet. Exactly. That sounds very limited. Yeah, exactly, Tate. Like that, right? Right. Very limited. All right, let's see what else we got in here. I digress is what they say. I digress. But man, I love my rants. I love ranting. I can feel the frustration coming out. Catwoman issue number 84 out this week. Big shout out to the DC bombshells. At this point, I'm past the point of being surprised. I'm to the point I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the DC fandom right now. I'm impressed with the Wednesday warriors that get out there and buy comics, that support these shops, these companies that we enjoy their products from. Catwoman is on issue 84. Catwoman has 84 ongoing issues in her own standalone title. Think about that. Spider-Man can't even do that in 2026. Captain America can't do that in 2026. Hawkman can't do that in 2026. The New Gods can't do that in 2026. Catwoman has 84 consecutive issues in a standalone title. That is incredible. It's not just Catwoman doing it. Poison Ivy is over 40 runs. I think she's about to hit 50. The Birds of Prey had their run. They're about to go back and start doing that. You have Cassandra Cain, Batgirl, doing her ongoing right now. Started as a mini going to ongoing, I believe. The DC bombshells are crushing it, and the fandom has turned up and turned out for these characters. We don't always get the characters we want. There's so many characters out there, it's impossible to front run them all at the same time. Every character cannot have their own title. But Catwoman, Poison Ivy, the Birds of Prey, Batgirl are showing DC that you can find success with unsuspecting characters, and that will get them to continue bringing like the Mr. Terrific miniseries, the what other miniseries? They did the Martian Manhunter limited run that got extended. Green Arrow's most recent run started as a limited but got extended. They'll keep trying out these limited runs and see who the audience is hungry for right now. It's a testament to, if you like the character, support the character. DC is listening to the sales numbers, to the data. So if you enjoy them, get out there and get them, because this is proof. This is proof it'll happen. If people show up, DC will show out. Catwoman had a long run in the 90s. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I know I've watched the Match Game. All right, Match Game. I think Julie Newmar, more Match Game. Hopefully Superman Unlimited can't do it. Exactly. How is it even still going? I think it's going to be one of those unfortunate beating a dead horse saying because they have Dan Slott on it, they're just going to keep lying to him and pretending like it's a good product and just let him keep going. I'd be okay with Poison Ivy being canceled for another series to come along. Well, I don't think you have to cancel one to get another one, right? If it's successful, you continue to take the W and you keep looking for more W's to add. There's no limit to the W bag. You can fit an unlimited amount of W's in the W bag. There is no give or take when it comes to W's. That's only in the L column. If you can only support so many losing titles on a shelf at one time before you're losing too much money. But if they're W's, you can just keep adding more W's. You don't get rid of a successful title in search of another successful title. They got that backwards. But I don't read Poison Ivy. I don't read Catwoman. Don't care about either or. I'll be reading some Poison Ivy coming up in the coming months. There's this Mayor Poison Ivy story that's about to be happening that's in line with the Matt Fraction main Batman title. Poison Ivy, there'll be a label across it. It's post DCKO stuff. So I'm going to be seeing what's going on with that. So because the greater continuity stuff, you know. But yeah, I'll definitely be checking that out. We'll see what happens with it. I think Catwoman mostly sells for the covers 1,000%. Now, we'll tell you, Poison Ivy, people read Poison Ivy and talk highly of it, but it's still the bombshell covers that give it an additional boost that something like the New Gods won't get. You know, you can put Orion on a cover wearing a banana hammock, but you will not see the sales figures that you would see as putting Poison Ivy on a cover in a thong, you know. The comic book industry is 90% male buyers at minimum. There's plenty of females out there, but in the totality of it, it is a male dominated hobby, just like other hobbies that are female dominated, you know. Timeless beauties. Oh, damn, Slotty did this. Same with Spider. Exactly. Ran it into the ground. Yeah, and he does have some wins under his belt. That's for sure. That's for sure. DC Bombshells are having a better run than any of the Marvel women, which is funny, but also incredibly sad. It is. It is. I want to see like as many W's as possible from both publishers. I would love to be excited to pick up more Marvel books, but I resorted back to my 3. As a Marvel fan, I can say with confidence that Marvel is blowing right now. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I'm in 2025 ASM, got around 70, pretty sure. That's a lot. When compared to the success of DC, yeah. Yes, you will. Give me that Jim Dong. Poison Ivy is a good read. The covers don't hurt. Yeah. You know, I regularly pick up a Poison Ivy for the DC Day giveaway, sponsored by ABX Comics and Games. And I always get a variant cover because I try to get some cool cover buys for people too. Nightwing is written for I think like literally anybody, man. These comics are written where anyone is allowed to enjoy them. These comics aren't gate kept, but they are aimed for an audience. Nightwing is, if you like Nightwing, read Nightwing. I don't read Nightwing. And it's not for any specific reason other than it's just kind of he's in his own little corner that I don't much care about. The dynamic of Bloodhaven. Give me the Batman titles. I'll see Nightwing in those titles kind of thing. But yeah. Stop me if you've heard this one. A woman walked into a comic book shop. Hey man, we got some lady subscribers with pool lists up at ABX, but it's still 90% male. I'm glad that there's stuff out there for the ladies because the ladies come in and if there's a 1% market share for ladies in comic books, there needs to be something that you're trying to sell them. You want their money. When they come in the shop, you want their money. It needs to be like the ratio needs to be studied, calculated, and kept up with so that you're playing to a wallet first and foremost. It doesn't matter if the wallet is in a pocket or a purse. You want to have a product so that wallet comes out of the pocket, period. The goal is for these shops to make money. And the way that they do that is by having quality products that people are comfortable trading money for them. So you got to have something for everybody. It just doesn't need to be at such an uneven ratio that you're no longer maximizing the wallets coming out of pockets. And that was happening for some years where the demographic of the product did not match the demographic of the shopper and wallets were staying in pockets. And I think that DC's done figured it. DC's got it figured out, man. I read Catwoman every month and buy multiple variants. There you go. There you go. During the Future State, man, Catwoman's little miniseries was one of my favorites. Me and Cliff will buy the covers that objectify dudes. There you go. Get them banana hammocks out and ready. Vogsy, what's going on, homie? Good to see you. And Bruce too. Yeah, that's a cool thing because like you don't have to have a DC Bombshell cover to get a cover that caters to people that are attracted to dudes, because you'll have a Batman comic and you'll have like a sexy Catwoman variant for one, and then you'll have Batman in the summer edition just in his like short swim trunks. Like it's really easy to cater to the whole market. It really is. You just have to have honest people attempting to cater to the whole market. Otherwise, it gets cattywampus. I wonder how Superman Unlimited is selling. Maybe not their most popular, but people on League seem to like it. People on League must be dishonest. That's like, I don't know how that stacks up to the grand scheme of things. ITV. Let's see. Hold on. But if you look at what's the name of that movie app that I have, Letterbox. If you look at Letterbox and you try to say, I don't know, that movie's good, everyone on Letterbox rated it at X, Y, or Z. None of those people on, like, the Letterbox is the most no way trustable rating system I've ever seen at all. It's just people giving it 5 stars or 1 stars. It makes less than 0 cents. Let's see. Let's see if Superman Unlimited is in the top 50. What month is this? For January. Absolute Batman number 1 for Arc M. Absolute Batman 16 number 2. Batman 5 is number 3. DC KO is number 4. In-game number 1 is number 5. Then Absolute Superman, Absolute Wonder Woman, KO Night Fight, Batman Annual. So DC dominates 8 out of the top 10 for sales of individual books, specific titles for January. Insane. Let's see. I mean, it's a Superman book that's early on. I would expect it to be present here somewhere. Superman proper is number 34, which is crazy. It's that low with how good it is. Crazy it's that low. Let's see. Bro, Superman Unlimited is not even in the top 50, and it's a premier title early in the run, and it was heavily marketed. People have abandoned that book completely. Completely. I think the only people, I mean, let's be honest, there's people on both sides of extreme opinions that try to make their opinion known very well. And they'll go on places like Letterbox, they'll go on places like Rotten Tomatoes, League of Comic Geeks, and they will upvote something that they love and downvote something that they don't, just to feel like they're right in a circle of who cares. But I'm happy for anyone that likes it, enjoys it. I hope that it's an L. The book is an L. It's in the L column. I hope that they replace it for something that's higher quality and more enjoyed by more people, kind of thing. It's one of those situations. 23 is not a Nightwing fan. Nobody puts Dick in a corner. There you go. Mark in the drawer. Then some fighting words, Joe. Where's Drew to tell us about the Marvels? Yeah. If a woman walks into a comic shop, I usually ask her what store was she looking for. That's funny. That's funny. Ladies are cooler than dudes. Yeah, if you check the dude search history, I bet that'll track. It'll be accurate. Don't play to the wallet, play to the content, play to minds. Make good books, people will buy. Gender aside, 100%. But that's all. It's all connected. Depends on what side you're on. If you're on the DC side, your job is to get the wallet. And the only way to get the wallet is with quality product. Good art, good stories, stuff that people get excited about, because when they read it, when they look at it, they tell their friends to go get it and get this natural, organic steamrolling like we saw with Absolute Batman. So to get the wallet, you got to use the quality. Nothing else works long term. Women and gay men read Nightwing for his butt. LOLs. I'm kidding. Only a little. Everyone likes Nightwing. Fact. For the most part, I think Nightwing is a beloved character across the board. I like Nightwing a lot. I don't pull his solo title, but I love him in the stuff that I read that he's in. In my LCS, I'd say women make 30% of the pool list. You might think that, man, but you might want to ask the LCS. Ask the LCS what percentage of your actual subscriber base is female. I think you'd be surprised. I think you'd be really surprised. It is massively male dominated, dude. But every place is going to be a little bit different demographic wise. I'm just thinking like of the grand scheme of things, the totality of it kind of thing. What girl will hit 1K legacy first? Oh, dude, that's a good question. That's a good question. I wouldn't even be able to come up with a guess. I would say Wonder Woman, right? Because Wonder Woman's right around the corner from it. Wonder Woman's already past the legacy 800. We should be crouching up on Wonder Woman legacy 900 soon. Let's see. We're on Wonder Woman 830 out this week. So Wonder Woman will definitely be the first to honestly hit it. Now, you know, Marvel smudges numbers. At DC Comics, they did Action Comics 1000, Detective Comics 1000, Flash 800, Wonder Woman 800, Green Lantern 800, all these milestone comics. And in the same little time era, Marvel said, we're going to release Amazing Fantasy 1000, despite there only being an accumulated 20-something issues of that book in all its history. They're like, well, we're going to pretend like it came out every day, twice a month or something, and we'll put out an issue 1000. But honest to God, first female character to hit 1K legacy, Wonder Woman. Now that I think about it, outside of Wonder Woman, I'm not sure. Maybe Catwoman, dude. Legit, maybe Catwoman, because like Pop said, that very, very established 90s run. If girls can enjoy books with male solos, men can enjoy books with their female solos. It happens like, yeah, dude, that's the thing. Like there's no guardrails or restrictions, right? Books will resonate with people despite it, period, no matter what. That's why everyone's enjoyed comics for so long. Comics haven't been so representative of every single race, gender, color, and all that over the years as they are now, but so many people still have always enjoyed them. It's not the character's gender, it's not the character's ethnicity or race, it's the character's actions and struggles that people relate to and see themselves in. It's really cool like that. Really cool like that. I love men who love Carol Danvers. Well, let me introduce you to Drew Manchu. That's pretty cool. She'll appreciate that. That's awesome. Letterbox, yeah. Letterbox. I like the app for making those tier lists for movie franchises. Outside of that, I'm not good with apps. I'm not good. Oh, Wonder Woman Historia. Yeah. Epic. Kelly Sue DeConnick, I'm not. See, that's a perfect example. I'm not a fan of her like soapbox politicking in all those interviews for the years, but she's a great creator, Great creator. Joseph Gordon-Levitt's birthday today. That's cool. Well, women don't read comics as much as men. I watch enough of them on Instagram, and they read a lot of the same titles men do. Batman, Nightwing, Any Point. Yeah, we all like the same stuff because it's just quality. When a book is good, I mean, we all have our minor differences in the margins, but dude, 90% of people are going to enjoy the absolute titles right now. 90% of people are going to enjoy DCKO right now. A smaller percentage of people will enjoy New Gods, despite it being better than all of those things. Ron V's New God is objectively a better book than all the absolute books, than the DCKO event, but it's also a little more niche, so less people will enjoy it. And that's where like the taste and preference comes in. But we all like the same stuff. We're all the same. 3 non-skippable ads before I could join Mark Uder. Dude, I don't ever turn ads on at all. At all. Literally. My ads are always off on my live streams. That shouldn't have been the case. That's a YouTube thing. So as content creators, I can turn ads on and I can tell it how many times I want ads to play, or if I want it to play one in the middle of my video, at the front or the end. I always have them completely off. My ads are set to off. So if you got ads, that's solely on the YouTube side that forces them outside of my control. So I would apologize, but I can't because I'm not sorry because I didn't do it. That's a YouTube thing. I don't ads at all. Only the ones that YouTube force ads. I feel like that's more than enough, assuming that they do it too much already. Women read the same stuff. Yep. Usually when something is at its lowest, it has potential to get a spark that makes people want to get it all of a sudden. Yeah, I've seen that from time to time. There's always the contrarian people, the hipster people. I'm guilty of it from time to time. I like rooting for an underdog. You know what I mean? There's enough of them out there that do that. And, when a book's getting on its last leg, the writers and the creators have less to lose. They can really make some swings. Hero Con 52 today. Nice. Did you know that the Phantom is 90 today, Scott? Good Cape Stores, yeah. Let's see. All right, catch up. Yeah, Wonder Woman, I think, too. If they count early appearances in Action, Adventure, and Superman, then Supergirl should be close. Now, I think it's just meaning in your own title. Like not your actual appearances, but your actual book numbers. But Supergirl would be high up there for just doing appearances for sure. But actual book numbers, I mean, Wonder Woman's sweeping. Yeah, that was sad to see Robert Duvall pass. I wish we could get more women into comics, especially since women read more than men in general. Dude, my wife reads a ton, like the Mercedes Lackey series and stuff like that. But she's read she likes certain characters that are appealing to her. And I've let her read like the Black Label title Harleen that was really good and some stuff from time to time. But she just prefers books, man. She just prefers books. She'll read like a novel in like 3 to 5 days. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, Vampirella's got to be high up there. Been around a long time too. Now, if you're counting Vampirella's like magazine appearances and stuff, I don't know how you would do that. Not sure how it'd stack up. Yeah, if you get on all the variant covers, Vampirella passed 1K already. Yeah, big time. The House of Dynamite is built with brick, mortar, and Vampirella. Yeah, big time. What is going on? Aggressively relaxing, cheap to produce. Art always ends up the vehicle of the oppressed. Comics, rock and roll, some of the first mediums to serve smaller markets. Yeah, dude. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I don't know if I get ads or not. I don't see them if I do. See, that's why that's how you know it's a YouTube thing. Everyone would get the same ad if I did it. But based on how many videos you watch, I think they stockpile before they hit you with an ad or something. I haven't seen an ad on YouTube ever. Like maybe once, like when they first started ads, like in 2014, 2015, something like that. I signed up for YouTube Red the first week it was available when they had like the original YouTube Red content. Cobra Kai started here on YouTube as a YouTube original. All the bigger content creators, those big prankster days back then, they had the Natural Born Prankster content on there. But I got to just get rid of the ads because I watch all these debate things and they would just, when you're watching, if you're like in the debate community watching stuff like that, ads are just like literally the worst. I didn't put up with them for a week before I got YouTube Red that eventually renamed YouTube Premium. I've had it so long that they send me, I'm locked in with like special offers and stuff with unlimited YouTube music attached to it. They've sent me Google Homes for free as thank you things that they do from time to time, but it's really cool. I really suggest as much time as people spend on YouTube, if you're going to buy a streaming service, why not it be YouTube? Just get an ad-free browser. They are free. There you go. Loophole. Oh, we just got Phantasm. It's the female Ghost Rider that is the roller derby chick. She was pretty cool. She was introduced about 5 months ago. She's in the current Spirits of Violence series that's out right now. That's absolutely terrible. As soon as Benjamin Percy came off Ghost Rider, immediately went into craps. And it sucks because Benjamin Percy rode up to this big event where all of our Ghost Riders are together, from Vengeance to Danny Ketch to Johnny Blaze to the new character, and it just kind of went to crap. Heads up, billionaires are dumping stock right now. Get ready for something effed up in the economy. They're cashing out, moving on. Which stock specifically? Let me check something real quick. I'm not looking at what stocks. I'm seeing if a person I follow has done an emergency live stream, which they'll typically do with stuff like that, economy-based stuff. No emergency stuff right now. I seen the drop after the Dow hit 50,000, and then we got a drop after that. Gold and silver finally stopped climbing so fast, but no emergency podcast. But yeah, everyone's moving into the AI sector stuff right now. It's like the Y2K era router bubble all over again. I picked up a nice W today at the shop. Oh yeah. Alan was there for the combing of the collections. Yeah, I love doing that so much. Getting the opportunity to sit down with somebody and go through their stuff and talk to them and see about when they got the stuff, why they got the stuff, and talk to them about like how it is we look at books and come up with a number to offer them. Like it's fun. It's really fun. But managed to get both the collections. Alan picked up some cool stuff out of it. I won't blow up his spot in case he wants to post them on there. But Alan seems to be there oftentimes when I get a chance to do that at the shop. It's good stuff. There it is. First Grunion Silver Age, Action 1 Nestle variant. Yep. Boom, boom, boom. Harleen's Overlooked Genius freaking perfect comic series. I've got the hardcover. 1,000%. 1,000%. It is a perfect exposition into the slow deterioration into madness. It's like when you look at something as crazy as Harley Quinn and think of her origin, her lore, and think that could never happen to me. I couldn't be a doctor that gets convinced by a psychopath to go down these things and whatever. But when you see how gradual it is, by the time you're done reading that book, you're like, man, you can't even draw a line when it happens. You know what I mean? It's just there. My stomach hurts so much, but I'm okay. What is going on? I'm glad your stomach's feeling better, or glad you're okay. Yeah, the veil has been lifted. The elites are restructuring. Yep. The Great Awakening is happening, people. Yeah, some stuff I was talking about. I'm not going to ever call out who I talk about stuff with in private, but some stuff I was talking about in private before the stream, stuff that a lot of people were aware of over a decade ago that they were called crazy for, that you couldn't even find in regular internet circles, stuff that proved that the internet could be scrubbed of content completely, is actually making rounds as of this week on mainstream apps and places. Like it's crazy that this content is making rounds right now. I mean, crazy. I get ads on my own videos and I don't have it set to ads on. Yeah. YouTube will run ads on your stuff whether you want it to or not. So even if you're a channel that gets monetization option, you might as well turn it on, even if you don't do anything else with it. And just that way you get your percentage of the ads that YouTube already runs on your content without your permission. It's just part of the agreement with doing on YouTube, which is fine, which is fair. It's a great platform. I've been doing some deep dives on just how messed up all the Richard Halfer are, both sides. It's a racket. Dog and Pony Show. The world is a stage. I don't think you and Caroline will. I don't think you and Caroline will, Billy. Dylan Demo of JP Morgan Chase. Okay. Yeah, yep. You can't unsee something once you've seen something. Mario Tennis. Fever is amazing. Dude, I remember Mario Tennis for N64. All right. I'm doing well. Need to start popping into chats and streams and talk books. Yeah, for sure. I put all my money in Squirrel Girl first appearances a long time ago. I invested in Suck It Up Old Man, this independent comic about vacuum cleaners. Dan Slott is doing Spider-Man comic. Ugh, gross. Hard pass. Comic books again. Man, I'm sorry for Spider-Man fans. Yesterday's conspiracy theorists are today's prophets, not even tomorrow's. But yeah, I get the sentiment. All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? -1. -1. Mm-hmm. Let's go back over here to the comics and see if there's any more DC books coming out today. Then we'll run this giveaway. I think we hit the super chat bonus thing. Oh yeah, we need to talk about this. We need to talk about End of Life #1. DC Vertigo is back. DC Vertigo was DC Comics, almost like it's an indie imprint under DC. It's their mature stuff. It's not superhero stuff typically. In the past, you've seen stuff like Hellblazer, John Constantine be put under DC Vertigo. But it's separate from the main continuity kind of stuff for the most part. Mainly. We have not. We're about to Stephen with the sleeves. Sorry about that. But this is a new one. Issue #1 out this week. Brand new Vertigo books are coming. I think there's going to be 4 of them right out the gate. Professional hitman Eddie Stallion is messed up. He's accidentally robbed the Raven, a high-ranking boss of the International Cabal of Assassins, the Menagerie, of which Eddie is a member. Or is he? Or he was. Now, with a price on his head, Eddie chooses to hide in the one place everyone knows he'd never go, the small western town of Pluto, home of his estranged father and known hard-ass George Stallion. Looking for a safe harbor, Eddie instead finds his resentful father dying of cancer, old friends looking to collect that bounty, menagerie assassins who have wandered into town, a canceled newspaper, comic strip creator turned local crime lord, and oh yeah, his childhood first love too. Sounds wild. Kyle Starks is writing it. That's the same guy who wrote the Peacemaker Tries Hard series and the Peacemaker Vigilante Eagly special. Pretty hardcore, pretty fun, pretty fast-paced writer from my experience with him. So this sounds cool. I didn't pick it up. I didn't have it on my pull list. I honestly didn't really think about it. I didn't read the solicitation for the first time till right now. That sounds super fun. I can pretty much guarantee you, just with Kyle Stark's name, that's why it gets the Vertigo treatment. It's going to be very R-rated, but that sounds super duper fun, almost like a modern reimagining of Hitman. Yeah, that's pretty cool. My favorite conspiracy theorist continues to be Alex Jones, because now he's come around to the other side where he's like, I think the lizard people have some good ideas about government. Yeah, not even close, man. Not even close. Alex Jones is wild. Like, going back through his list of hits and misses is scary, dude. Scary in 2026. But yeah, I think in an era where people are really gravitating toward this different social media influencer person in the political sphere, they don't think Alex Jones goes far enough. Think about that. In 2026, a large faction of people online do not think Alex Jones goes far enough anymore. That's how crazy everything's gotten. Great question, Steve. No, not yet. They are all lying to you to increase their odds. The yogurt turned the frogs gay. The atrazine in the water was confirmed by scientists to be the case. So that was another one of the ones he got right. People just get lost in his theatrics, I guess. But yeah, that was one of his hits, unfortunately. A nap in a juice box and hug. Yeah. But then we wouldn't get the funny clips and the funny rants that you see. Golly, some people remix some of the funniest things with Alex Jones. It's really funny. Please send all the frogs to Ohio where the pets are being eaten. Burke's the type of guy that shows up and asks you to do the giveaway yet. That's hilarious. All right, I think that might be the last one. Let's see. I'm scrolling through here. Street Sharks, issue number 5. Oh, man. Arcadia number 3 is finally out this week. I think it got pushed back a week. The Miranda Brothers. The first 2 issues of this were incredible. Very original. Very unique. Man, I really encourage people to check out this stuff from this new company, Ignition Press. If you see that key symbol on the corner box, this company has a very unique thing going. It's kind of similar to Distillery or Ghost Machine, where existing creatives have come under a new imprint to do their own original stuff. But I think a lot of them have like some kind of working trajectory at the start to have their content appearing in another form of media. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think something is happening in that aspect. And I hope it's the case, because this should be an animated something right here. But really cool. Of course, you have Inaki and Roy Miranda on the writing, Ava de la Cruz on the covers, Inaki on the art. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. That's a homage cover to something. It almost looks like Wolverine number 1 with the hand up, doesn't it? Oh, I didn't notice that till you mentioned that. It almost looks like it could be a Wolverine number 1 homage. Yep. All right, let's get ready. Let me pull this giveaway up. How about that? Get ready for a giveaway. All right, chat. What's going to be today's giveaway? I'll pick the tool because I'm going to have fun with this one. All right, I'm going to put the hashtag in here, and then I'll just share it on screen, and y'all can have fun putting the hashtag in, and I'll just sit back and laugh. Let's do it. All right, drop today's hashtag. Alex Jones was right. Hashtag Alex Jones was right. I love a senior discount. I've learned to embrace it. Hey, man, that's a badge of honor. I hope that everyone here today, including myself, lives well enough that we can all get to a point where we can be granted with such things like that. Hashtag Alex Jones was right. Hashtag backwards hat. That would have been a good one in here. There we go. There we go. There we go. Let's get him in there. Let's get him in there. Let's get him in there. Get him in there. Yeah. I'm not sure I want to win that hashtag. Get it in there, T-Dubs. Get it in there. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Let's talk about what I'm giving away today. Because as a reminder, it is the 90th anniversary of the Ghost Who Walks, Lee Falk's character, the Phantom, who was produced in DC Comics in 1988. You got a 4-issue miniseries written by Peter David. They even did a second miniseries after that. He's been nonstop produced in content. He's had his first live action appearance in 1940s, the most notable in 1998 with the Billy Zane movie. But the Phantom is what inspired the creators to start the superhero genre. He was the very first costume superhero ever appearing in newspaper clips. And today, outside of just the regular giveaway stuff, outside of that, let me see if I can change this up a little bit. Let's see. We need different ones of these. Maybe this one. That's a good one. Yeah. Outside of just the regular giveaways of the, let's show you all these. The Mark Spears Joker variant for World's Finest number 48, which is that crime syndicate story that I told you was fantastic. Outside of Absolute Batman number 17. Today is the 17th. Featuring the first appearance of Absolute Poison Ivy. So outside of those, we're putting the additional ones in here. I'm assuming we hit the super chat goal. think Joseph Michaels would have pointed out otherwise. If not, we have the ABX foiled out stickers. Shout out to ABX for supplying these books every Tuesday. The Comics Curing Cancer sticker, always coming up closer than you expect. The cards that Monkey would normally pick out, we got from the DC Skymaster series, Two-Face, Sinestro, and the Phantom Stranger. And then, of course, the sealed pack of DC cards. These are from the HRO series that did these cards for a while. This is the Black Adam movie set. So there's regular just comic book character cards, but there'll be a couple from the Black Adam movie in there as well. But the bonus books, we're celebrating the Phantom. So, of course, got DC Phantom issue number 2 in here. Is this the Peter David run? No, this is the Mark Verheiden run. Mark Verheiden. This is the second run. But yeah, super cool. There's 4 books total added in here. I'm not showing, but that one just because it's the Phantom's birthday. I like people to actually get to be surprised, open something and not know everything. Like, you know, we see all these people do unboxing videos. They're like, oh, I'm going to open these comics and I'll check them out. I ordered them a week ago, but I don't know what I got. Yeah, you do. You ordered them a week ago. Of course you know what you got. Well, in this case, when you open one of these packages, you'll know some of it, but the rest gets to be a surprise. You get to enjoy not knowing. Might be something that you really like, might be something you're not big into, but either way, you get to be excited about the anticipation and finding out. So 6 books, 3 cards, a pack of cards, 2 stickers, some good stuff. Be going to 1 lucky winner who puts the hashtag. Alex Jones was right. Oh, this is awesome. This is so funny. Told you, have fun with the hashtag. I'll just get to sit back and laugh. Some people will have a hard time typing. That's why it's funny, though, right? That's why it's funny. That's what's funny about it. I mean, look at the chat. Man, I would hate that. I don't know when I'll get to retire. It's life. I know I'm going to die before the senior discount applies. No, don't do it. Hang in there, bud. We can make it. See, Joe gets it. If you take life so serious that you can't put that hashtag in there while we're laughing about it, it might be time to meditate. You know what I mean? Might be time to meditate. You know what I'm saying? That's Biggie coming for Bert today. That's funny. See, T-Dub, we all know T-Dubs doesn't agree with this, but he put it in there all the same. Yes, Billy Zane's the Phantom. Hey, just as a reminder, if you're a channel member in the Legion tier, you have access to the Phantom tribute video already. You can go watch it right after this stream. I had a lot of fun making it because I legitimately love the character. But if you're not in the channel membership tier, I'll release that video at 9 o'clock today instead of waiting for tomorrow. That way it releases on the actual 90th anniversary day. So be sure to give it a watch tonight. You know, I appreciate that. I might even take it off of this is what I'll do. In just a little while here after the stream, an hour or two after the stream, I'm going to take it off of the member early access and I'll set it to a premiere. That way the notifications go out early and people can watch it as it premieres together. Maybe. We'll see. I might do that. It sounds like a lot of work now that I'm saying it out loud. We'll see. Let's see. Everybody got their hashtags in there. Let me see how many people got their hashtags in there. I want to make sure everyone got their hashtag in there. Got 33 entered, 43 watching. I'm going to give it 1 more minute. Everybody, even if you put it in, except Joffrey, definitely got you. Joe, definitely got you. If you only put it in there once, please put it in there 1 more time. If you intend to enter, if you are intending to enter, because it's missing 9 people from the live viewership count. So I don't want anyone to be left out just because it's not a perfect system. It misses people every now and then. I love Joe, but he gets butthurt about a lot of chats. It happens, man. It happens. I love all you guys. I tell you what, right now, the people that I disagree with the most are some of the closest people that I value their opinions and their conversations a lot of the times. Tell you what. Maybe stupid, but who is Alex Jones? He was originally a public access broadcaster. He's the guy that in the 1990s broke into Bohemian Grove with a video camera and filmed the ultra wealthy wearing robes under the big statue Owl of Moloch doing the whole ritualistic sacrifice thing that everyone thought was crazy and BS, and he got like burned by the media. He's the one that's called out all of this stuff. He was the first person to ever call out the elites and what they were doing on Epstein Island decade before anyone else would. He's the guy that he's had some misses along the way, but he's been an ostracized person who was removed off of the internet by the controlling class, and people just didn't want. He's a controversial figure who's got like a 90% hit rate. It's pretty crazy. But you'd probably recognize him if you've seen a picture of him like in a reel or something, because a lot of it gets memed and sent out because he's super funny. Like he's super duper funny. Make the Phantom cool again. He's always been cool. Make the Phantom popular again. Because the Mad Cave Comics is putting out Phantom books right now. Issue 5 came out last week, and they're about to do the second story arc called The Sky Gang coming out here soon. Get on it. John Jones was right. Jeez. That's better than Jim Jones, right? Wait, Alex Jones makes sense. No wonder Kermit the Frog was always pushing Miss Piggy away. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. In my mind, the way that maybe I gave that book to you. In my mind, I always see the Phantom Stranger as a character above JSA. Like the Spectre. Like I know the Spectre is with the JSA a lot, but characters like that are like cosmic deity level characters. Phantom Stranger fits perfectly in the quintessence. So long as Jim Jones wasn't right. Exactly, Biggie. Exactly. Always be wary of Kool-Aid. Feels gross right now. That's the point, though, right? Later, this is the point. Let's have fun. Let's have fun. Hey, after everything that we've learned over the last 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying? Typing something at like this, like even like you should be able to laugh at that at least. You know what I mean? Like the reality of events. We've all been worrying about and arguing about the wrong things for a long time. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. When it has been confirmed and shown us to our face that people have literally controlled and coordinated how we argue with each other and what topics we argue about, when that has been shown to us, what are we really talking about anymore? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Hey, we're all on the same team here, people. Like if we haven't figured that out in the last 2 weeks, you ain't paying attention to the right things, or either you just or happily hadn't been dealt with it or seen it yet, you know. But we are all on the same team, and that's been proven at this point. You know what I mean? All right, let's see. Let's see. Scrolling down, making sure I don't miss anything. Yep. And though people will get hung up on the word gay instead of like the exact scientific detail of what was happening, if you go back and don't just watch a clip of him saying that one sentence, listen to the whole thing, and then go and look, that was absolutely 100% true. The report he was reporting on was true. The line that's turning the frogs gay is a gross under explanation of what he was saying, but he did say that line. But that's a good example of how the media will intentionally take something that's true and what someone's saying that's true and clip them and smear them and drag them so you think that they're crazy. When in fact, I mean, absolute peer-reviewed scientific reports were made on that finding. And you can Google it. Anyone in here can simply Google it now and see where they clip that sentence out of the whole report to make him look crazy. And the actual, forget him. Just go look at the report he was reporting on and see if it was true or not. That's what's crazy. Yeah, someone watched the Phantom movie later today. Never seen it. It's so good. It's a flawless high-adventure action movie from the 90s. It's a period piece of days gone by. It fits perfectly with The Shadow, The Rocketeer, Dick Tracy. It's a blast. All right, let's get ready to spin these things. Y'all know the rules. Y'all know the rules. Nah. Where's JSS? JSS, drop the report link. Yep, 100%. That big miss on his part, that got him burned. He's still dealing with illegal trouble from that, I believe. All right, the rules of this is free shipping worldwide if you're a channel member in the Legion tier. If you're not, you do have to be a subscriber, but if you're a supporter tier or a subscriber, it's free shipping in the United States. If you are international, I can give you a $10 shipping credit, and you can either pay the difference or you can prize tag somebody in the chat. Completely up to you. Let's spin this thing. Good luck, everybody. Hashtag Alex Jones was right. Who's going to win it? Who's going to win it? And the winner is... Yes! Yes! You could not plan a better winner. Taylor Winder, congratulations, brother. You could not have planned a better winner than that. That is so funny. My guy, that is amazing. That is amazing. Congratulations. See, people, Taylor does not agree with that. We all know it, but he cannot take life too serious and participate in having fun and laughing at the whole situation that we live in. And he was rewarded by the universe. He was rewarded by the universe. That is amazing, dude. Oh my gosh. Couldn't have asked for a better winner. I'm so excited for you, T-Dubs. I'm going to try to I'm going to see what I have here that I think is up your alley. I'm going to try to piggyback some AOK stuff in there with it. We'll see if I have something. Otherwise, I'm going to have to. I have a laundry list of people that'll be part of round 2 of my AOK 2026 project. But I'm going to see if I can't piggyback some stuff. I'm not just going to throw some trash in there just to say it, but I want to see what I got, and hopefully I'll be able to piggyback some stuff in there with you. But I'll get it passed over to Pops like usual, and Pops will hit you with the tracking number later this week. Huge congrats to Taylor Winder. That is amazing. That was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Dude, I love Alex Jones made me win. I love that the chat even sees how funny this is. This is amazing. This is amazing. That is amazing. Dude, congrats. Hey, I can't thank everyone for being here enough, man. I really, truly love this stream. I love hanging out with y'all every Tuesday. I love that y'all put up with me. I love, man, it's just a blast. I hope you have a great day. Go read some Phantom stuff. Go watch some Phantom stuff. Let's support some Phantom stuff. If you have seen the Phantom, if you have read some books, go make a post about it. Post it up on Instagram or Facebook or X, whatever platform you use, whatever platform that we're being monitored from. You know what I mean? Go post something. 90 years today, 1936. Show some love and appreciation. Without the Phantom, who knows if we'd even have Superman? You know what I mean? We'll never know, and we'll never have to know because of the Phantom. That's going to do it for today's show. I appreciate you all. Be sure to come hang out Sunday night at 8:30 for Out Week's End, and I hope everyone has a great rest of your week. Until next time, as always, we are Legion.
You are who you choose to be.